So in a large mixing bowl, we want to begin by adding our jasmine rice, about 1 cup. I'll then add some water and begin to agitate with my fingers, which will help to remove any excess starch from the surface of our rice. As you can see, the water is becoming cloudy with that excess starch, and this process of rinsing it off will help separate the grains when fully cooked. When grains contain this excess starch on the surface, they're more likely to stick together when cooking in a process called gelation, and this makes for a gummy and overly sticky rice. Next, we'll strain and add our rice to a sauce pot. We'll then add water to cover, and the secret to knowing the right amount of water lies within your finger. We want the distance between our rice and the surface of our water to come up to the first line on our finger, right here. So place your index into the center, and once you feel the rice, simply stop. The water level should be right at that line, and if not, simply add or remove water to make it so. Next important step is to soak. We'll soak for 15 minutes so that the rice can absorb some of that water. After soaking, we'll bring this to a boil and continue to simmer. The goal here is to evaporate most of that water until you can clearly see the grains of rice at the edge of your pot. We'll cover and continue to cook for 3 minutes at the lowest heat setting possible. Once 3 minutes has elapsed, we'll kill the heat completely and rest for 10 whole minutes. Once the 10 minutes is up, we can lift the lid, and here's our beautiful jasmine rice. You can tell that your grains of rice is cooked properly by looking at its edges. If they're whole and smooth, then great. If they're split and frayed, then it most likely means they're overcooked. Next, a neat trick on portioning. Place some saran wrap onto a scale and add your rice. Here I'm adding roughly 150 grams for each portion. I'll then fold the sides like so to make a square packet. And from here, you can refrigerate or freeze. You can then place these neat packets in the microwave whenever you wish to reheat. And there it is, short grain rice with cooking techniques and secrets stemming from East Asia. You'll want to use these methods when cooking with grains such as jasmine, japonica, sushi rice, and calrose. If you don't subscribe to the finger method, then the ratio to follow for short grain rice is 1.5 to 1. 1.5 cups of water for every 1 cup of rice. Now you may have been wondering during the lesson, how come I didn't season the rice with any salt? Well, traditionally in Asia, where most varieties of short grain rice is consumed, you do not season your rice when cooking. Usually, you would eat your rice as a side dish while your main dish is seasoned appropriately. For example, in Thailand, curries are heavily seasoned, which when eaten with unseasoned jasmine rice is quite balanced. In Japan, sushi and sashimi is usually dipped into soy sauce, which seasons the rice perfectly. In the next lesson, we'll be tackling long grain rice, which is fundamentally similar but different in its execution. Join me there.